What exactly is RSV?
It's in adults, in you or I, it would cause just a common cold. In babies, it can cause more trouble just because it creates a lot of mucus. So, a lot of mucus in small airways can clog up the airways and cause more distress in babies than it would in you and I. Contact precautions will prevent spread. So, that would be either wearing masks or cleaning surfaces. So, it can live on surfaces. So, cleaning surfaces after someone has coughed somewhere, touched their hands, touched a surface, keeping things as clean as possible.
What should parents be on the lookout for, and when should they see a doctor?
Toddlers with RSV will often do just fine. The kids who are more at risk are babies, specifically under 6 months of age. Those babies can be more at risk for breathing hard and needing oxygen, needing suctioning to help them recover from the illness. Typically, what we do in the hospital is not much. We suction babies, we give them oxygen, and they get over the disease themselves. We don't have a medicine that cures RSV. Um, but things to look for would be essentially if your baby's breathing hard and fast. So if you're seeing your baby breathe fast, if they're breathing with their belly, if they're sucking in muscles under the ribs to breathe, those would be reasons to see the doctor. Um, Again, RSV doesn't necessarily mean your kid's going to end up in the hospital or your kid's going to get really sick. But it does mean to keep an eye out for those symptoms of breathing hard and fast that they may need a little bit extra help.
What about pertussis or whooping cough?
Pertussis is something we're seeing more of these days than we used to. It has 3 stages. So the initial convalescent phase lasts a couple of weeks, looks like a common cold. So runny nose, a little bit of cough. The paroxysmal phase is the one that gets a little bit scarier. Kids can get coughing fits where they cough, 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 and then stop breathing a little bit. Kids can get what we call apnea. So they stop breathing for a short period of time and then they'll suck in air through airways that are clogged with a lot of mucus, which makes that whoop noise. So that's where the disease gets its name. Pertussis creates very thick secretions in the airway that really clog things up and make it hard for kids with small airways to be able to get air in, which is what causes that whooping sound. Another name for pertussis is the 100-day cough. It can last a really long time. Kids have a long time to recover with cough afterwards, but you won't see those coughing fits as much.
What should parents be on the lookout for, and when should they see a doctor?
There's a great vaccine for it. So I have to say that the vaccine is safe and effective, and I would recommend that. Actually, adults spread this one to kids more than kids to adults. Typically, infectious diseases will go kids to adults. This one, adults will not have as bad of symptoms. It will look more like a common cold, and then they can spread it to a child, and it will look more severe in the baby. I would say that suctioning a baby at home helps more than you think it will. So, finding a good suction device at home and using that right before they eat is helpful. That can keep a baby out of the hospital because it keeps their airway clear and keeps them from getting into that respiratory distress. The other thing that helps babies is eat well. So, through this whole thing, a baby needs to stay hydrated. If they're having to choose between eating or breathing, they'll choose breathing and they'll stop eating as much. So, keeping their airways as clear as possible so they can stay hydrated is important too.